Yate we would say as a greeting, but it is a word that has deeper meaning. It means it is good. Every year I return to see them there, Ruth and Lena, blatantly beautiful. Ruth is over 90 years old, yet her voice is still musical. Even though I can only understand a word here or there, I will never forget the moments we share. When I wear the necklace she gave me when I was small, I can see that she remembers. She remembers it all. As I walk the room, I shake their hands. So many people from different lands that are only a few hours away. I learn new stories from the lines on their faces. The stories I have learned are ones of struggle, of a place called Hueladi and sacred mountains that they luckily got to keep, but instead of as their land, it is now as a reservation. Struggle is a factor of life that some never see. The pain of poverty kept at arm's reach. The screaming of hunger unfathomable. A life without commodities unimaginable. I am a child of privilege. I have never had to go a day without 3 meals so we could have money to pay the bills. I've never had to go a year without new clothes. Hand-me-downs count, I suppose. My friends and I go thrift shopping for fun, and we never have to worry that when we get home, our home will be gone, because we live a life of privilege. Here, few believe in marginalization. We are simply an unintentional example of segregation where the minorities are so minor they are practically invisible. And a single homeless man on Maine is a front-page news story because that kind of suffering shouldn't be visible here, among all of the privilege. We ignore and scorn and scoff at all of the things we should be grateful of. I had never known how to be grateful. Then I returned to volunteering, and I saw the things about which I had been hearing, the death of a mother. And to make ends meet, they had to auction off her last piece of art, the last piece of her soul, the last piece of her that was still tangible. And I wondered why they would do that, why they would put themselves through that. And then I hear that the average reservation salary is $600 in a year, and I've never even had to live off of that little money in a month. While they are living in hogans and trailers without water or power, we lament even shutting off our phones for an hour. While we make a fuss about not being able to hit snooze one more time, some children are writing letters to Santa asking for only a pair of shoes because the pair that's been passed down for years in their family has finally worn through. I can guarantee that if I was out there to stay, I likely couldn't last a single day. Yet I've never met anyone who's happier with the simplest of things, like a plate of gelatin or a piece of cake, a good week's sales of the wares they bring, enough firewood to stave off winter's cold, keeping alive the ways of old tradition, and the final work of a mother, purchased at a high price by another, and returned to the family, so that they may still hold her hands through the rug that she had weaved. In that moment, I was consumed with shame. And I was the only one to blame. There was my ingratitude staring me in the face, and it felt so wrong to be the one to disgrace the delicate rapture of their profound gratitude with my disgustingly privileged attitude. And then I learned a new word. Ahehe, they would say, meaning thank you. And in the same breath, meaning I am grateful. Just because we have the world in our hands, that doesn't mean we do not feel pain. We struggle and we suffer, although our sufferings are not the same. Yet to let those sufferings consume us would be such a shame. We cannot trivialize the world in this way. Please, listen now to what I have to say and remember. Because as long as I have words on my lips and a song in my hands and a beat in my heart, I will never again forget how to be grateful. TEDxYouth, I have learned to say. Because I am grateful. And it is good. Thank you.